Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings, and we are here on Magic Monday, week 8. So, I can't believe we've already done, this is our 8th video. I'm going to put this back over here, move some of this around. I'm going to show you what we're going to make today. This is a hidden paperclip hangover, or overhang. I'm not sure if it's a hangover or an overhang, but it's going to hang over our page. So if we have a page in our journal, and let's say we decide to put it on this page right here, we're going to separate the front and the back, slide it over here, and slide this down to the paper clip. The paper clip will then hold it in place, so it's not going to move around. But you have a decoration for this page as well as a decoration for this page. So you're really kind of killing 2 pages with one project. So that's what we're going to do. This is the prototype. This is what we're going to make. But we're going to do it a little different. Now, the paper that I chose this time, let me see if I can see what kind it is. It is called Shabby Rose, and it is put out by Stamperia, and it's a very delicate rose pinky kind of paper that's like right up my alley. So that's the paper that I used, and I chose one of the pages that was in there. It's sort of a monochrome color, and it has some little tiny flowers here on one side and some big rose flowers on the other. So that's our tag. I did not ink this up, so let me ink that real quick, because since I thought I inked, I may just fly right on by that. You really don't have to ink the inside because it's not going to be shown, except on this big front page, the base page, where this is a little shorter. All right, so the first thing we did is we picked out our paper, decide what's going to go in the front, what's going to go in the back, how's it going to all fit together, and then we cut everything at one time. And all of this came out of one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, except these tags. And the tags I used because I wanted some color contrast. So I cut them out of just some plain pink cardstock. I have already cut and inked all of these. The first step is to cut all your pieces. I'm going to show you these, tell you the measurements. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you my little card, if I can get it up there close enough that you can read it, that has all of the measurements on it, and you can just kind of like screenshot that and not have to keep watching the video and rewinding and all that. So this is 3.5 inches wide. Let's keep my little mat up. 3.5 inches wide by the full 12 inches. So this is the full length of the paper. And then we're going to fold it in 2 pieces. One piece will be 7 inches long. The other piece will be 5 inches long. But the whole piece together is 12. Ink around the edges. We have our back strip, and it is 2 inches by 8 inches. I did not ink these yet because if this is your first video of watching me, everybody inks a little different, and I wanted you to be able to see how I ink these. And so I inked everything but these. And I'm going to put a little notch in here. Let's determine. We make our first notch. Then you can take this second one, lay it on top, stick it in there, and measure and make your hole at the same place and little circle confettis fly all over you. And then you have, right, wrong, or otherwise, you have the little, this little thing, the little notch in the same place on both cards. And then we're just going to ink around the edge. And I am a very heavy inker. Sounds kind of weird, but I like really dark edges. And so some people don't. Some people don't like to ink at all. And that is your choice. You choose what suits you. I just like the dark edges. I like the vintage look that it gives. And I like it to be definite. So, all right. So there's our inked. Everything is inked. Everything is cut. We have a base page. We have a back strip. This is our Paperclip page. 2 front pockets, 2 back pockets, 2 back tags, 2 front tags, and some embellishments that came from the paper collection. So, and then I have some, of course, lace and doilies and all of that kind of stuff. So, let's get started. So we're going to put all this stuff aside. The very first thing that we're going to do is take our base page and our paperclip, and whatever is on the inside is what you want to show on this. It seems to me, or at least it appears to me, that when this piece of paper, this one, and this one match, there's not quite such a distinction as there would be if, say, we put this side down. That's an obvious difference. Even though these pages are not matched up exactly, you can try to do that if you want to, but more than likely it doesn't work. What I did is I cut this little piece. It's 2 by 4, 2 inches by 4 inches. This I cut off of the 2 by 8 strip. So I made a 3.5 inch strip and a 2 inch strip out of my cardstock. And then I've decided I want this to be the inside and this to be the outside. So we're going to make this our inside, and we are going to fold it over like this. Make sure you burnish it because you want this really a good crease here. And then we're going to put our paper clip on it. Just like this, right in the center. Right in the center. Okay? You don't have to ink this because it's not going to be seen, so it's no big deal. But you do want to glue it. Okay, so we're going to glue this. And you want to get fairly close to the edge, but not so close that the glue hangs out the bottom, comes out the bottom, so or around the edges. We're going to put this on right here in the center, as close to that little crease, the little fold crease, as you can get, but you need a little room because you don't want your paper clip poking through. All right, we've got that one in, and I think it's fairly straight. We're going to burnish it down so that it sticks, and then we're going to glue this side down as well. So we're hiding our paper clip in this little nubbin here. Put a lot of glue around the paper clip so that it stays. And if you have to, even up your paper clip a little bit, move it over now while everything is still kind of wet. Then fold this over, fold it down, and burnish. And let's see if I can kind of prevent a little bit of glue. It's not my forte, but I usually end up with glue everywhere. We want this glued down really nicely and snugly, so we're going to burnish it really good around the edges. And then on the inside, we can't open it all the way because our paper clip is in there. But you can see there's a little piece of paper. A little piece of paper in there. This is our front. This is the long part. This is the short part. So we have our paper clip in there. And now we're going to put our back strip on. So we're going to take the front, turn it over, and we're going to glue this right here in the center. Now, don't glue down here on this piece or you're going to stick it together. So you can make you a little pencil mark if you can find a pencil and put it about right here. And then we are going to glue from our pencil mark, which is right here, all the way over. And then we're going to stick this down as best we can in the center and burnish it down. I burnish with my hands first because I don't want the glue to just shoot out the sides. So I let it kind of adhere to the paper first with my hands, and then I come back with my burnishing tool and glue it and stick it down a little better. All right, so we have our tag ready to go. Now then, we have, turn it back over to the front. We have our two big tags, and we're going to put them, I inked the wrong side. After all, even after all of that, I inked the wrong side. But that's okay. It doesn't take but a second. A little bit of ink, no big deal. I have not made a perfect video yet. Probably not going to make one this time. Probably not going to make one next time. But that's okay. I just want the pockets to be different. It doesn't have to be. We certainly could put this down here like that. That would be perfectly fine. But I want both sides of the paper to be able to be seen in both situations. So I wanted it to be a little different. And besides, it makes it a little more definite that, oh, that's different than this. So we're going to get our art glitter glue, and very carefully we're going to go down the three sides, the two sides, in a very thin little ribbon of glue, and the bottom. We're not going to glue the top. That's our pocket. On this first one, it goes right even with the bottom of our tag. Right like that. Okay, burnish with our fingers. Let it stick a little bit. Go ahead and do our second one. Just a very thin ribbon of glue because we don't want the side of the pocket to interfere with our tag that we're going to put in here. And then wherever you want to put it, eyeball it. Put it where you think it needs to go. And I think maybe it needs to go right there. So I'm going to let that with my fingers, and now I'll come back with my burnishing tool and burnish the edges. All the way around. No need to burnish the top. That just kind of spreads the glue out and sets it into the paper a little bit with a little pressure. Okay, so now we have our pockets. We have a top pocket and a bottom pocket. We're going to turn it over, get our small pockets, and we're going to use this side. And of course, I didn't do that one right either. So, thank goodness that I can still laugh and go on. So, there we go. We're going to put our... And it does get confusing when you're using the same paper, but you're turning it over for one side and then turning it on the other side for the other side, if that made any sense whatsoever. These are cut specifically to fit these strips. These small tags specifically fit the back strip. They were cut 2 inches wide for that reason. Now we have to be very careful, and the reason we want to be careful with our glue is because we have our tags to fit down in here and we don't have a whole lot of tag room. So where you want to put this one, we'll put it right here. Alrighty. Burnish with our fingers. And then we'll come back and burnish with our burnishing tool. Alright, now we have our tag finished, our pockets finished. One more thing that I'm going to put on here. This is gray and black, or monochrome, no color. Our embellishments and our tags are going to be pink. And so I wanted to put a little piece up here. It's not important on the front because our tag is probably going to cover it up, but it will show on the back. And since the back is now going to be a separate page, we want the back to be pretty too. So I used this. It's some linen, cotton, I think, cotton ribbon that has been frayed on the sides, and I love it. I have it in all kinds of colors. I'm going to cut a little piece right here. Have all kinds of colors. I use it all the time for edging, for tags, for all kinds of stuff. So we're going to take a little bit of Fabrifix because we are using fabric. Put it right there in the center and glue our little tag down. Now we're not making a tag like we usually do, a little loop there that you pull with. This is simply a decoration tag, and it gets all folded over on itself. I probably should iron it, but then it comes out looking way too neat and clean. So, and I like the raggedness of it, so I just piddle with it. Just glue it down as near to the center as you can get. Turn it over. Put another little glob of goo right here. Glob of goo. Well, whatever. And we're going to glue this side down. Right even with the tag. We're not going to leave, you know, usually we leave a little loop like this so you can pull it out. We're not doing that. We are simply gluing it down because it is simply going to be a decoration. Now, if you cut it a little bit too long, which it does, always better to be a little too long than a little too short. You can always come back and cut that off. And then our little nubbins go in our nubbin pile that we make snippets with. And thank goodness, Fabrifix does give you a couple of seconds to make sure you're even and in the center as best you can. I don't know that I've ever put anything really in the center, but there's our slightly, very pale pink ribbon at the top. All right, so now we have our tags, and it depends on how you want to decorate them. It's up to you. You can do something, you can do nothing, you can, whatever you want to do with them, you can use. Now, I have these embellishments, and this might look okay on the front of our little thing here. Still have a little semicircle confetti. We could put a butterfly on here and have it stick out the top so that when you put it in here, you've got a little butterfly sticking out right here, and I think that would be kind of cute. So let's maybe put our little butterfly right there. So let's get some glue, and we don't want to glue his wings too much because we want him to kind of hang over a little bit. Get our little feelers, our antenna, I guess. And then we're going to glue it down right there. Okay. Now then, just for aesthetics, I guess, whatever, we're going to put one butterfly going in that direction. We're going to put the other butterfly in the other direction so that they complement each other without being too side heavy. So we're going to, and I've already inked all of these little pieces, so we're going to put that one right there and right there. Now, I kind of have a thing about these little antenna thing here. I know they're just little feelers, but I like to put the little rhinestones on there. And I bought these. I bought them, on Amazon maybe? eBay maybe? I don't really remember where I bought them. But they are fingernail embellishments. Is what they actually are. And they came in this neat little handy dandy package. And these are the smallest ones. And they gradually get bigger. And they're really cool. The only bad thing is you do have to glue them yourself. And sometimes it's really hard. Let's see, get my tweezers here. To get that little bitty, teeny, tiny rhinestone picked up. See, they're perfect for once you can pick them up, they're kind of like gathering ants. Because they are so small. And they stick to your fingers, because like I said, it's hard to get such a small dibby dab of glue. But even if they were self-adhesive, the area is so small you would still probably need to glue it. And now I can't even find it. What did I do with it? Oh, it came way over here. Yeah, stick on there. There we go. Well, maybe I just don't have, maybe I've gotten all my glue off of it and it's not sticking very good. And you just want a little tiny dot. So I'm going to put it up here. Sometimes it's kind of difficult making videos at night because I do have a window right in my craft area, my craft room right here. And I got that one upside down. Well, maybe not. There it is. Finally, our little butterfly has two little feelers. So we're going to put that one on there. And we're drastically going to go back and try to do two more on this side. Maybe now we're experienced, so maybe it won't be so difficult. Go ahead and put a little dot there, little dot there, and get us a little tiny rhinestone. They're very tiny, but they fit perfectly on these little butterflies. Once you can pick them up. Well, and I have something on the end of my tweezers here that is preventing it from picking up as easy. Much better. All right, now our little butterflies are finished. We'll put these back in our little tub here. And I only open one tub at a time because invariably if you open more than one, you're going to spill them or you're going to get them mixed up. Either way, it is not a good day. So we're going to put that over there for right now because I can't get it to close. All right, now then, we still have this, and we still have this. We could put one of these right here. That would work. I don't know. What do you think? They're different. One has a beautiful rose on it, and one has a butterfly. I think I'll put this one up here so that the 3 butterflies are together. And then the rose is down here where we can see this little postmark stamp. Let's see how that works. Very cool. Now, we could put a piece of lace under it if we want. We could put a little piece of lace like that and put our tag on top of it. We could put this here and put this on top with maybe a little doily. I don't know. We could put just a little piece of ribbon across here like this, and then put our little tag on top with a doily. I don't know. Don't really like any of those. Here's some butterfly and flowers. Now that's kind of pretty. We could kind of put that on there and maybe ink it. Let's cut this off right here. And cut this one. And yes, I have already used my nice little fabric scissors for paper. So let's see if I can find one of these, and we can give this just a little slight tinge of pink. We don't want it to be overpowering, but we do want it to be pretty, and we want it to all blend together. So we can put a little ink on our butterfly. Let's get some glue and put it on here. How cute. I like that. I like that. Now we have these little flowers on this little, I got this stuff, it's plastic ribbon, and you can get it in all kinds of different shapes and sizes, and with rhinestones and without, and all. And what, did I cut that off? Yes, I did, and I flung it over there. So we're going to cut our little nubbins off as best we can. They're held together with strings, but you can cut them apart really easily. Put some glue on the back. These are, like I said, they're plastic. They came from China, I'm sure. And they have little grooves on the bottom of the plastic that kind of helps the glue and the fabric adhere to each other. So I like that. That's so dainty looking. So let's get us another little piece here. We need the flower on the end, so we can have a flower in the middle. We'll get another one down here. Get our dauber. Touch it up just a little bit with our pink. Now this ribbon is kind of raised. It's kind of like embossed, I guess, maybe. And so when you go across it, it will get the top layer without necessarily getting into the bottom layer. But you can do as much or as little as you want with this. So we'll put this one right there. And cut one more little flower here to go in the center. And then before we get rid of our flowers here, I want to put one on the back too. We want this tag, even though it's different, we want it to have some cohesiveness between the two pages. I don't want them to look the same, but they are made out of the same paper, and so I want them to coordinate together. So we're going to put those little flowers in the center and give it just a little bling, and then our little dragonfly or butterfly feelers have little rhinestones on them as well. So we're going to turn it over here on the back, get our two small tags. Now, can't put a whole lot on these, mainly because they're small tags, and two, because they're small pockets. So I found these little flower stamps, and I thought those will be perfect to put on here. So we're going to put these on our little back pocket stamps. So it will blend. It will look the same, or not the same, but it will look coordinated. Like I said, we're going to try to put them in the center as best we can. And we'll get this one. And any of our embellishments that we choose not to use today, you can always save them and use them on something else. Now, the only thing with my little postage stamp here is that there is some writing on it. It's very faint, but there is some writing on it, so you want to make sure that you get that going in the right direction. And then we have a little tag here to go in this pocket. So it peeks out just through that notch. Put this one in here so that it peeks right through that little notch on the back. Now we can put a flower, a doily. Here's a piece of lace. We could put I don't know, one. We could put one on there. We don't want it to be too overwhelming because it is a little small pocket. So we can put one right here, and I think I'm going to cut those little nubbin strings off. This actually came from a full piece of fabric that I had in my stash, and I decided one day that, oh wow, that would make really cool lace trim ribbon. So I'm going to put that one right there. We'll cut off another one. And you could also ink this up if you wanted to with your pink ink, but we don't have to. So put us a little piece right here in the center. So it's going to stay. Snag right there, and it's wanting to come up. Then we can put another little one right up here at the top. There we go. All right, now, like I said, I had one more little flower that I wanted to do because our front tag sticks up. We can't see this piece of fabric back here. But on the back, it doesn't. And since we put these little flowers on the front, let's take one of these and put them right in the center on the back. And it pulls everything together so it looks like it's all the same project. You could make them entirely different if you want to, but with it being an overhang thing or a hangover thing, I wanted it to at least kind of blend together. Now, these are little tags here. We could stick them just in here. We could have put them on here with our, that might be a good idea. Let's see if we can get that up. Put that right there. and then put our doily down. It kind of adds a little bit of extra dimension. Okay, may have waited too long on that one. Nope, we got it up. Put a little glue back here on the back. And that does give it just a little bit more dimension. And then if you wanted, we could put another one of these little flowers in the center of these. If you wanted to put one here. And that would pull those together. But for thickness space sake, I don't know. It sure does look cute. Let's go ahead and put one on here. Yeah, why not? Put one right there. Put one right here. I love bling. I love glitter. I love rhinestones. I love all this stuff. So let's go for it. Let's put one right there. And we'll put one right here. Oops. And we have our tag finished. Now then, we can put it in our book, and we'll put it in our book, but I need to wait and let the glue set pretty good. We can find a place for it. I don't know. That's a pretty page, but it kind of is overwhelming with the purple. Maybe what about that one? How would that look? I think that would work fine. Let's see if we can go ahead and put this on here. Put it in between our paper, front over front, back over back, and slide it down so that the paper clip grabs. And there you are. You have a page on both sides. Then we could scoot this over a little bit. Scoot the tag over just a little bit here. And put, let's see, I think we had a little, well, we only have a little tiny piece of this left. But we could put that right there on the edge of our paper and kind of tie it together. So let's cut this little nubbin off. Cut this little nubbin off. Probably have some more of this somewhere, but who would know where it would be. And we can ink it up, maybe make it even a little darker since the paper that we're putting it on is kind of brown. And put it right here. And put it right here on, except we lost our paper. There it is. Put it right here on the edge of our paper. Just kind of as a little, there were little butterflies. There we go. There we go. Then we can take our Magic Monday and put it right in there because we want to remember when we made that. Get us another piece of ribbon, put down here at the bottom, and we're done. So there you go. Please check out my other videos on my other channel. On my channel, not my other channel. I only have one. On my channel, check out the other videos. See if you find some stuff that you like. Check out my online store at Pink Dragonfly Wings with a Z, WINGZ.com, and see what we have in there. And if you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot my card with my, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can read that or not, but there's the card with all of the measurements on it for the paper. So we'll see how that works, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.